Okay. Another advice, I've already talked about it in the other videos, but I want to stress this as much as I can. People make an effort to come to your exhibitions. They really do. People are busy. They have works, they have families, they have their plans. Traffic is horrible, the weather is not great, there's no parking, etc., etc., etc. If somebody made the effort and came to your exhibition, make it worthwhile to them. Now, how do you do that? First, I would like to think that I give personal attention to every person that comes into my galleries, into my exhibitions, especially if it's people that I don't know. Because people that I do know, my friends, I can talk to them every time. I can talk to them anytime. They come to my house, I meet them for lunch. It's enough that I say thank you for coming, give them a wink, a pat on the back, and I'll catch you later. But it's the people that you don't know that come. And you have this obligation, I think you have this obligation to go up to them and say, hello, I'm the artist, thank you for coming. Would you like an explanation or do you have any questions? And then you tell maybe just look around. After you finish looking, let me know what you think. I would be happy to talk to you. First, it's just nice. It's nice. It's nice for them. They come and they get this attention. Not a lot of attention, but it's a little bit that really, really hurts and it makes a connection. And they all have something to say, some comment, a question. Why did you do this? How did you do that? What do you think about this? Have you seen that one? You start to create new connections, new friends, new acquaintances because you have respect for the fact that they came to your exhibition. That is important. I know that there's a lot of artists. I know half of my friends, not half, 90% of my friends don't like talking to people. They're artist friends, I mean. They don't like talking. They like to be in the studio. They like to take pictures. They like to go in the street, take pictures. They like to paint. They like the smell of the oil colors. They like the sculptures, installations. They don't like talking to people. And they look down on people who come, that are not artists, the commoners, the plebs, the people that just come to exhibitions. I used to be like that for a while. The problem is that people come and they look at the work and they don't make that connection. I often have to go and, I see that there are people talking and they're looking for the artist, and I know to look behind the kitchen or something like that, or outside in the smoking corner and grab the artist by the ear and drag him inside and come on, talk to people. I know you don't like it. I know you suffer a lot by trying to talk to normal people, to normies. You're not used to it, but this is your exhibition. You have to make this effort. I try to really be as nice as I can, and I'm not a nice person. I'm a snob, I don't have any patience, I look down on people, especially because I'm an artist, and in the middle of exhibition you have the height of the ego. Look at me, my gallery, my exhibition, everybody just here for me. What do I have to talk to this commoner, this accountant? Yes, first because it turns out he's actually a really nice guy, and his wife too, and they bring their kids, which is the best thing. I love it when families come together to see art because it gives a little bit more of an idea of the education, of the ambient, of the culture that they have, which for me is beautiful. I now love to interact with the visitors. And I think that's important. So that's the first thing. Just give attention to people who come because it's your exhibition. They come for you. They are doing you a favor. They're not paid for it. This is not their job. This is their extra time. This is out of their schedule. They are here for you. Appreciate it. Now, the second part of appreciating it is really trying to organize an evening. I don't like when people come and they take a glass of wine and they walk around the room and then they say, okay, so where do we go now? 3.5 minutes and they're on their way. I want to keep them there. When I had my own gallery, it was very easy. Exhibitions used to open at 6. 7 o'clock there was some kind of show. Maybe buto dancers, maybe some live music, a cello player, a string quartet, somebody on electric guitar, some crazy drums in the corner. There was something happening. 8 o'clock, some poetry reading. Maybe upstairs in the big living room, you bring 3 or 4 people, do an open mic kind of thing, because you already have friends who are creative, who are writers, who are poets, who are performers. So you ask them to come and make a happening out of that. Add to this a little bit of food and a lot of alcohol. Now, the food you can make by yourself, that is the best thing. I love cooking and I love hosting. So if you have an opening of an exhibition and you put a nice buffet for people, finger food and things like that, people love it. Or you can even get sponsors, which is even nicer. You get some local bakery or some catering or somebody that you know that has a restaurant and wants to just send over a little bit of this, a little bit of that, just because they know you, just because they appreciate what you're doing. When I do the charity exhibitions, it's very easy because everybody wants to help charity. But you can also do it without the charity part if you have the right friends. If you have friends that are willing to help and are good cooks, or they have a bar, or they have an agency that sells wine or alcohol and things like that, or maybe they just have a little bit of money and they want to bring 6 bottles of wine to the opening. It always helps. Again, when I had my own gallery, the exhibition itself opens at 6 o'clock. We used to shovel people out at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Because there was no where do we go now. The whole evening was cultural. The whole evening was part of the activities. And this is something that I find beautiful. And I think that people appreciated it. I mean, we had a full house every single time. We had a full house when it was not exhibitions. Just when we told people, hey, come over, we're having Sunday night drinks in the yard. When you have this ambient, when you have an exhibition which is not just an exhibition but as a happening, it's a cultural evening. It is full, it is rich, it is interesting, it is surprising. Then you really got something going. This is the secret to having great exhibitions. It's nice that the artwork is beautiful and everything, but concentrate on your crowd. Have your crowd enjoy the evening. Have your crowd remember the evening. Have your crowd participate in the activities. Then you have something going. This is what I call a successful exhibition.